Tiffany and this is Pumpkin, and we're going to talk about guinea pig husbandry right now. So these guys are a herding animal. They like to be in groups, so if you're considering getting one, it's good to have more than one. However, make sure you know your males from females, and your females are older if you do have mixed groups. If a female hasn't had little ones by the time she's 6 months old, she's going to have a lot of difficulty. She'd actually need a C-section. So just something to keep in mind is gender when you consider them and house them together. The males do get along, but sometimes they beat each other up. As far as cages, they need a lot of space. As much space as you can give them is the best. You don't want to put them in an aquarium. There's not enough airflow through aquariums, so that's it's a little stifling. They can get sick that way. But a nice big cage with a wire top is good. You want to have a smooth surface for the bottom. You don't want to have them on cages because their tiny little feet get sores from being on the grate. As far as bedding, I always recommend paper litter. You don't want to do anything that's like pine or cedar base. That can actually affect their liver over a long term. If you're dead set on using a wood shaving, you would probably want to go with aspen. But there's a paper base out there called Carefresh, which is really nice, comes in different colors, so it can be fun to use. And it's usually pretty good for cleaning. You want to make sure you stay on top of cleaning their cage really well. And when you put their cage, you want to consider placement. You don't want to have it near a draft of any sort because they are very prone to pneumonia. And you do want to give them a lot of places to hide. These guys are normally everyone's dinner, so they like to know that they have a safe spot. They have cute little igloo things for them. You can make one out of a cardboard box. You also always want to make sure you have a good supply of water. Now, a key thing to remember about guinea pigs is they're very good at metabolizing vitamin C. Therefore, they need supplementation. You can do that through diet. You can also do it through a water additive that they have on the market. You don't want to rely solely on their diet to have it, because after it's sat on the shelf for 6 months, or if it's been, after it's been produced for 6 months later, the vitamin C is completely dissipated out of it. So, supplement through diet, nice dark green leafy vegetables. Don't do celery, that's too watery, that'll give them diarrhea. So guinea pigs all have their own personalities. They come in a variety of colors and hair lengths. This is a shorter one, and then there's a longer haired one. One is called a Peruvian, the other is an Abyssinian, I think. And they like to be handled and pet. They're really good for young children to have as a starter pet. Another cool fact about them: when they're first born, they're actually able to eat solid food right away. They don't need to nurse. It's good if they do, but they don't absolutely have to. And if you hear, he's starting to talk. They'll greet you with different whistles and chirps and little purrs that they do. They're kind of fun with that. So if you're considering a guinea pig, just do your research. I always recommend do your research really well before you get one. Keep in mind they do best when they have a buddy, or if they have two. They're a little bit less stressed that way. And there's a couple different websites you can check. One of them's a guinea pig rescue that I would recommend. And I would say do your research. These guys would be great pets.